There's a new TV series that's going to be coming out about the life and legend of Jim Thorpe. The founder of Verily StoryWorks, Barry Capice, along with Jim Thorpe's granddaughter, Anita, are both here with me this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Barry, thank you for coming from Dallas. Anita from Oklahoma City. Boy, Anita, we'll start with you. What are the stories that you've heard about your grandfather? I know he passed away in 1953. You didn't know him personally, but of course your dad did. Tell me about that.
Sure. My father, Richard, was the second to the youngest of Jim's 7 children. And, you know, he loved to fish. Now, most of the interviews that my grandfather did, he would always mention fishing or hunting. You know, if they'd said, well, Jim, you know, what was your favorite sport? And he would say, well, fishing, you know.
And of course, he was an Olympian and a football player and a baseball player, but he mentioned fishing very Oklahoma style, right? The outdoors and loving the outdoors.
Yes.
That's perfect. Barry, what is Verily doing with the story right now? Where are we at in the production phase?
Yeah, we're at the early stage now. The most important part was to get, for example, the Thorpe family. They're essential to telling the story properly. And so we're assembling all the pieces. We have cultural historians getting involved now to outline and start summarizing how that story is going to look. And again, it's an entertainment drama that we're building. It's not like a documentary like that has been done. We think his life is so epic that putting it together in a series is necessary. So we're at that stage.
Anita, where would you like to see this series go? What do you have a vision? You and your family have a vision for, like, boy, this. I would just love to see this.
Yes, so my grandfather's life story simply can't be fit into a 2-hour movie. You know, you could spend 2 hours just on the Olympics, another 2-hour segment on his college playing days, and then another 2 hours in his professional football playing days. So it would take a number of hours to cover his life story.
Yeah, and just with all of that said, and with all we know about Jim Thorpe, just so well documented, Barry, what is the biggest challenge for bringing a story like this to life with a multifaceted man who did everything?
Right. Well, the first challenge was trying to fit his life story into even a 3-year. We have it set as a 28-episode season, and just squeezing that in was difficult because it's pretty dramatic, and the depth of his life beyond just the accomplishments it's almost unbelievable. But he faced a lot of things, triumphs, tragedies. You know, we think stories are told really in the cracks and crevices of life. Getting all that in and depicting what he was as a person and the depth of what he faced and how he faced it is the true challenges to make the story done well.
I'm curious, Anita, was there any hesitance on the part of the family? I'm sure a lot of people have approached you over the years. There have been documentaries, obviously many books. Any hesitance on, like, okay, here we go. This is going to be a TV series. There's going to be a lot of episodes.
Yes. So Barry met with the family and comforted. He really provide information for us as far as like covering what his intentions were, and it was to tell the truth of his life.
And you all feel comfortable with that? Like you're comfortable with where this is going so far?
Yes.
Very good.
Extremely happy.
Good. Barry, I know your Verily is based down there in Dallas. What other projects are you all working on? And I know you've got a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, well, what's exciting about what we're building down there, it's a new breed of modern-day storyteller, sort of. What we do is we're looking for true stories, and we focus only on true stories, hence the name Verily. And we want to take those and adapt them and develop them into entertainment drama. And so that's the mission of the company. We are what we call an upstream company in entertainment. We really want to focus on the packaging and getting the intellectual property put together in a way. We're basically architects for the blueprints of film and television series.
And where does it go from here? Writing, then casting, then shooting? I mean, do you have a rough timeline? I know you're just the very start. Where can it go from here?
Well, most people ask that question. We believe the first step is to finish the series, writing it and packaging. Once that's completed, it would generally take 6 to 9 months to actually move it down the line to get into production. So we're looking at probably a year from now when you'll actually see it on the screen, if all goes well. And we are anticipating it will. will go well.
I would say, do you have anybody in mind to play your grandfather? Anybody that you've thought acting wise?
No, there's
Just for fun.
There are just so many talented. Hopefully, a Native American.
Right, right. And so do we think, Barry, it could maybe be shot in Oklahoma with Oklahoma actors? I know we have a lot of great talent here and a lot of great locations. Any thoughts on, do you have pull with that?
Well, we'll have pull in some respect, but there's still a lot to be told. We won't be the production company. We'll be a co-producer on the project. But as such, we'll be expecting to have a lot of say-so. And Oklahoma, he's a native son of Oklahoma. We expect to do as much as we can here. It's natural to the story. And again, we're all about telling the truth anyway. So let's use Oklahoma as much as possible.
And we will keep you updated on what happens with this exciting TV series. But Barry, thank you for coming from Dallas, and Nita from driving up from Oklahoma City this morning. We appreciate you all.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.